it's been really tough for a lot of players.
Ryan Minkoff is a former hockey player in Europe turned player agent. There are multiple hockey leagues running in Europe during the pandemic, with hundreds of players from Canada making the trip to get a spot on a roster.
You do have to kind of give some guys the reality check a little bit. You can have that storybook experience. There are very nice places to play. But I would say for the majority, you're not in those big towns.
A lot of these players would normally be up for a spot on an NHL farm team or even a prestigious college, but because most leagues in North America are on hold, they are adventuring to Europe.
It's a really hard market. There's not a lot that you can do with it because North America isn't really operating. Either players that they've been coming off pretty big years over there, and just due to the lack of money and lack of sponsors on a lot of these teams in Europe, they're not getting the salaries that they rightfully probably should be getting right now.
There is a growing concern over safety by some players in the leagues that are in Europe, where positive COVID-19 cases continue to mount. There also is a concern for the athletes that may not quite make the NHL, aren't going to get their chance in Europe because all of the spots are now being taken up by players who would normally play in the NHL farm teams or on college rosters.
There's plenty of guys that there's no spots. All the NHL and AHL loan deals that have happened, they've taken those spots. And then there's a bunch of these players that they would probably have those spots if the loans weren't happening.
Minkoff recently released the book Thin Ice, which details his unique journey from college hockey to playing in Finland and now running a successful player agency. Lindsay Dunn, City News, Toronto.